Hey guys, so today I'm actually going to be doing something that I didn't want to be doing. I didn't think I'd have to be doing. I made this bumper, this rear bumper for my Jeep Cherokee. And as you can see right here, I have this mounted to this bumper bracket, the rear bumper bracket, but it's a little too high and I need to lower it because I didn't take into account that when I opened the rear hatch, it would swing at an angle and it would hit this, right? So, I don't know if you could tell, but like there's marks, there's hammer marks, right? I took this hammer right here actually. So a mini hammer, pounded the dog shit out of it. So I actually have to, take this apart, reconstruct it, and hopefully, it'll be better. And when I was hammering it, these welds broke right there. And I don't know if you could tell, but maybe on this side a little better. See right here, it sort of just globs right here as well. That's because, the MIG machine I'm using, it's very old and it wasn't really kept in the best conditions over its life. So, there's a lot of dust in it and it was abused heavily. I know that for a fact. It was on construction sites for, almost its entire lifespan. And I actually talked to the guys at Miller. I'm running a Miller-Matic 130, or as you can see, old machine. And I talked to them, they said it's probably the power output inside, like the circuit board's losing power. So that's why when I weld, like I'm a decent welder, okay? So I know what I'm doing, but like that's all right somewhat, but this is just globs, right, dude? Like there's undercut right here, but there's just globs. It goes tick, 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 and it loses power as I'm welding. Even when it's prepped, even when everything's the way it should be. So whatever, got to make do with what I have, right? So today, I'm going to try to weld this and actually pull this in a little bit because as you can see, these brackets, right? These have to mount to the rear end of the Jeep and I had them in a way where they're too far to the left. So I actually have to bring that to the right more. So I'm going to do that and then cut these off, maybe put it ½ inch farther back, ½ inch, 3/4 inch back more, so that way it fits, because this was too high. Like I said, I want to make sure the hatch doesn't hit it, so I'll have to push those back and then we'll see. So I'm going to deconstruct this, weld it back together, try to mount it on the Jeep, and we'll see how that goes. Switch to the Como caps welding cap, of course. Which one was this? Hawaiian, right? So it's pink with the hibiscus flower, I think. I'm not too sure, but it's, in Hawaii, you got those very beautiful flowers. It is a mess over here, people. I'm telling you. Not always like this. But today it is. I'll switch that up for a cutoff wheel. I fucking have one. Okay, new ones. This will have to do. This will be my first attempt at a YouTube video. We'll see how it goes. Bad's bad, good's good. Well, I've seen people do it. We've not been for a while. We'll see. That's all that. Oh God, where's that key? Oh my God, oh my God. Where is that? Oh no. The way that we're missing. Never mind, it's right here. LOL. So I'm not really sure what the plan is for what I want to do. Probably just take a bunch of videos of what I do throughout the day. You know, just all enjoy it. That's all. Yeah, if anybody can get enjoyment out of the shit I do, then that's what counts. Remember, people always hear PPE, earplugs. Want that. Safety glasses or a face shield. You're gonna want that. Especially when cutting this rusty shit. You don't want that in your fucking eyes. This might be loud. I don't know how it's gonna sound on camera off just later. Take that off. That ain't doing nothing. So if you can see, right, this MIG process that I'm running, short circuit MIG, even with the heat cranked up and the voltage high, there's so much lack of penetration. It's like hot glue. Right, look, you got hot glue and then it hardens, you can peel it off. This process sucks for anything other than sheet metal and bodywork. It's absolute fucking dog shit. Even if you know how to weld, it doesn't matter. This, it's not holding. A short circuit does nothing. It may look good on top. Absolute dog shit on bottom. Just keep that in mind if you ever get one. again, that goes to show that if I was able to grind off just a little bit of it and hit the rest of the hammer, that this process fucking sucks. There you go, I grinded it off. Now I'm going to try to reconstruct it and weld it, and we'll see how that goes. So it's just being annoying. I really don't feel like grinding all this down. I know I have to, I really just don't. I switched to this actual grinding disc. Too much of a hassle. And 10-inch Crescent USA, shout out, old school. Crescent. That looks terrible. How am I grinding that? Alright, so this is, where is it? Breaking my balls. So, let's just go for a drive to relax, right? To fucking, just to relax. So, I'll leave all this open, but gotta go for a nice drive to relax a little bit. And you guys will get to see what the Jeep sounds like now that I straight piped it. Originally I had just cut the exhaust off, just left the down pipe because it was all rotted. The muffler looked like a tin can got like shot by a BB gun. So I did that, and then I ended up putting an exhaust on it that I had, but it wasn't welded or nothing. It was sort of just in there by friction. And then I decided to actually put it in and weld it, use adapters and clamps and everything, weld it all together so it sounds so good right now. So let's see. And then here you go. Look at that. Front end looking crazy as usual. And it's leaking. Power steering as usual. And in case you guys haven't seen, got these fire ass stickers. Shout out DJ No Way. Shout out Kai Quinn. Shout out Skate Warehouse. Shout out me. Alright, so let's get a sneak peek. Well, not really a sneak peek, but let's see how it sounds straight piped. Ignore that squeak, bro. That's just like, it just be squeaking like that. I really don't know. It was the belt, serpentine belt. Changed it, tightened it a lot. So apparently these 4.0 Jeeps have to be tightened a lot more than usual. So I did that, but whatever. Here's the sound of the Jeep. It'll sound better once we get on it, so let's go for that ride. this beautiful face of mine. And I'm gonna get on it and you'll hear how loud this thing really fucking is. Because it is loud. Now you tell me, does it sound good or is it just loud? Wow, just got cut off right there, people. Only you've seen it. Maybe I'll have to get a dash cam, like a GoPro, to be a secondary, camera. I'll have to go windscreen and everything, but for now, I'm just raw dogging it with the iPhone 14. You feel me? This way, I'll turn you guys around so you can see what I'm seeing. If you want, I don't know if you want to see what I'm seeing. All right, so now I'm assuming that's a good angle. You guys can see what I'm seeing. See the front end of the Jeep, kind of like it's a GTA 5 third person, right? You see all that, like a video game. Yeah, so this Jeep was a hand-me-down. I've had it for the past, I've been driving this for the past year, I think like at least a year. Yeah, dude, this thing's fun. It's automatic, it would be cool if it was manual. Straight 6.40, this thing's crazy. This thing, it's got like, I've been saying it lately, a permanent oil filter. Because I don't think this thing has been changed within the last 2 years, right? Which is kind of nuts. But it's been lasting. Look at this guy taking that turn short, you little fucker. Alright, so let's get on and you'll see. Now, folks, is that a good loud or is it just loud? I don't know. Oh, look at that, back to me. So, yeah, as I was saying, like, this Jeep's real nice. It'd be cool if it was manual, but it's whatever. It's automatic, but I still beat the brakes off this thing. It's nice. It's fun to drive. Literally all the time. Drive it anywhere I want. In the snow, it's really nice. But, it's good in the dirt, in the gravel, on grass, like, literally wherever. Even when it rains, it's nice. Slides a little bit in the rain. The other day, I had my friend Ant. He was really whipping this thing, because he knows how to drive. Right? He's been building a drift car lately, actually, recently. And he really hammers that thing. So hammering this is gonna be no problem for him, But it's really cool. Like, to be honest, I just let people drive this. I get excited, like, hey, you guys want to drive this? I don't know why that is. I think I just like it. I think it's fun. I think it's fun to drive. So, I think it's fun for other people to drive. And think about it. It's just different than a car. Even if it doesn't have more power, it doesn't go faster, it's not manual like all of my friends' other cars that they drive. It's still just different, How many people really get to say, oh yeah, I drove an XJ? Because XJs are just a different breed altogether, no matter what type it is, 3.7, 4.0, manual, automatic, it's just different. But especially in the snow. In the snow, this thing rips. And it's an open diff. I forgot to say that. It's an open diff. so it doesn't really lock and slide like an LSD or like a welded. I've been thinking about welding this, but I really want to wait until I have something else to drive, because having a welded, I've heard, just isn't that like fun all the time. Like, you would prefer to not daily a welded diff. But you know, we'll see, dude. Maybe one day, but even then, it's not. I guess it doesn't really need to be manual, you know, because you can still rip this thing, and it has enough power. It has a lot of torque. Like, it's touchy too. The gas is mad touchy, so you got to be careful. If you're just starting to drive this, you got to be real careful. But anyway, like I was saying, it's just fun to drive this, right? And in the snow, like I had mentioned, since it's an open diff, you can't really slide it that well on flat, dry pavement. But when it's snowing, this thing will slide. This past winter, I was sliding this thing, dude. I was doing donuts, close to doing a figure eight, very close. But I was doing what they call manji, which is, if you watch, oh my god, if you watch Japanese drifting, or any drifting really, but typically like Japanese night street drifting, manji, right? You go side to side, like you swing right, you swing left, and you counter steer. I was actually doing that down this road in this Jeep, which I thought was pretty crazy, because it's a Jeep, you know, open diff Jeep. Like, how often do you really see that? But that was cool. It was actually pretty fun. I felt like a real drifter, you know, like a real drift racer. So that was pretty interesting. Yeah, I just like letting people drive. It'd be cool to, you know, if I were to get rid of this one day, it'd be cool to get a different one. Preferably a manual. And then, you know, do the what's it called? Do like a manual swap, or actually manual get welded diff, or a lock, like a diff locker that they use for off-roading, because these don't come with limited slip differentials. They just don't do that, you know. So it'd be cool to get that done, but that would have to be, even if it's not typically a beater, like if it's really messed up, I would definitely use it. Like, I'd beat on it, I'd beat the piss out of it, right? Just because I want to do it. And I really would want to have it as like a fun car. You know, I go to my buddy's shop, rip it around the circle, rip it around in the gravel and the snow and the dirt and all that, and really just have it be fun, right? It's like a daily. I'd have a daily, which isn't this. Have something else, maybe like a nice street car, but then have this to really just be off-road, rally this thing, do whatever. Do the stuff that you can't really do in like a nice, you know, Japanese or Euro sports car. Because why would you really want to do that? You want to have that be nice for the street, right? Maybe nice for drifting. But for off-road or rally, you gotta have something else. Well, really just for like having fun with the off-road and whipping it, you can definitely do this. Yeah. Tell me, do you guys dig the welding cap? I've just been wearing it casually. I dig it. Want to hear this thing in the tunnel? It's stupid, but it sounds kind of cool. I guess that's my main thing. Other people might think it's stupid. Other people might have an array of opinions. I simply don't care. I do what I want to do. So I think it's fun. I do what I want to do because I live my life the way I want to. Whether it's good, bad, stupid, whatever people think, do it for me. That's all I care about. That was all I ever cared about. That's all I ever will care about. My decisions are my decisions. I make them for me, not for anybody else. Okay guys, so it's later in the day and I'm actually done with all that grinding and welding bullshit. I really just don't want to finish that today. You know, I'm tired, so I'm done. But I will try to pick up with that project tomorrow and also try to show you guys more things that I do throughout my day. Trust me, I'm a very interesting person. I do a lot of interesting things, right? So if you guys like that and want to see more, please like, subscribe, and share the video, share the news, right? Tell everybody. Because I'm gonna try to pursue this YouTube thing, right? You know, try to document what I do. But tomorrow I'll try to pick back up with the bumper project, see where that goes, and maybe show you some more things. But for right now, I'm done, and that'll be tomorrow or in the next video. So I'll see you then.